Today we're going to talk a little bit about fractions and also about some vocabulary words related to fractions. And the great thing about these words is they also relate to money, and they are fraction words that we'll be using all the way up through 3rd and 4th and 5th grade math as well. Okay? One of the focuses of our lesson is going to be on learning more about different coins. We know already about the penny, the nickel, and the dime. And one of you has really been asking me about another coin that you already know a little bit about, and that's the quarter. Okay? The quarter is a bigger coin than the other ones we've learned about. It has a larger value than the penny, a larger value than a nickel, a larger value than a dime. The quarter is a very common coin. You probably know this because you probably have bought gumballs with coins. You've probably bought little toys out of machines with coins. Sometimes you can put in quarters and get out like a handful of candy. So the quarter is a really it's really used a lot in our money system. Let's talk for just a minute about the name of this coin, the quarter. If you think about what you know about a dollar, it can help us understand why the quarter has its name, how it got its name. So let's just for a minute draw a picture of a dollar. Okay, I'm not a great artist, but I do know that a dollar has a number one, in all four corners. I know that a dollar bill is equal to 100 cents. Okay? So if I have 100 cents, no matter whether I use pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters to make 100, if I have 100, that's going to be $1. I could have a dollar all in change, or I could have a dollar bill. They're the same. Okay? A dollar bill is a little easier to carry around in your pocket than all those coins to make a dollar. But if we take the dollar and we cut it into 4 equal parts, that is what we're thinking about today. Let's first cut our dollar in half. When we talk about half, we go right down the middle. When we cut something in half, we're talking about cutting a whole into 2 equal parts. Okay? So I cut it right in half. So this part is the same as this part. Same size, same value. Okay? Now, if I want to cut it into quarter pieces, right now my dollar's cut in half. So the value would be, if 100 is my whole, then half of 100 would be 50 over here and 50 cents over here, right? But now I want to cut it again into quarters, okay? Quarters mean I take my half and I cut it in half. So I'm going to go right down and cut this one in half. Then I'm going to come over here to this half and cut it into a half. Now my dollar has been cut into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? When I cut anything into 4 equal parts, I have cut it into quarters. Okay? Quarters means, a quarter of something means you have 1 of 4 parts. Okay? So since my half here was 50 cents, when I cut that 50 cents into half, kind of thinking of a math mountain, then I would have 25 cents here and 25 cents here. Then I have to take this half over here, which was a total of 50 cents. If I cut this whole half over here into halves, then I'd have 25 here and 25 here. So now let's take a look at this. 100 cut into 4 equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, all of them being a value of 25, is a quarter. So when you think about our coin, the quarter coin, we know that it is 1/4 of a dollar. So if I have 1 quarter, I have 25 cents. If I have another quarter, so I have 2 quarters together, so I have this 25 plus another 25, that's going to equal 50 cents. That's half of a dollar. Then I add another quarter, 50 cents plus 20, 50, 60, 70, plus 5, 75 cents. That's 3/4 of a dollar, not a whole yet, because how many do I have to make the whole? I have to have 1, 2, 3, 4. I only got this much so far. I need one more quarter to make a whole dollar. So I'm going to add that quarter, which is 25 more cents. Now 75 cents plus 25 more, 70, 80, 90, plus 5. I'm sorry, 75, 85, 95, plus 5 more is 100 cents, which is equal to $1. Now I have done 4 quarters. Now let's talk for a minute about the word quarter when we're talking about something that isn't this shape. Let's talk about a pizza. There's my pizza. Again, I'm not a great artist, but it works, right? So I want to share this pizza with 4 of my friends, and I need to make it fair, equal. The pieces need to be the same. And I have 4 friends. So I'm going to cut it into quarters. The best way to cut it evenly is to start by cutting it in half. Half means 2 equal parts. Now, I have 1 piece and another piece, but I have 4 friends, so I need to keep cutting. Now I'm going to cut this half in half, and then I'm going to cut this half in half. Now I've got 4 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've cut my pizza into quarters. If I ate one of my pieces of pizza, this one's the one I'm going to eat, Mrs. Reed's going to eat, then I ate 1 quarter, or 1/4. We could also call that a quarter of the pizza. If my friend Andrew eats this piece of pizza, we're going to label this Andrew, he's going to eat 1 of the 4 pieces, which is a quarter of the pizza. And if my friend, let's let Mrs. Reed right here, this is how much I ate. If my friend Emma eats this piece of pizza, she ate 1 of the 4 pieces, which is a quarter of the pizza. And then my friend Julian eats this piece of pizza. He ate 1 of the 4 pieces, which is a quarter. We all had an equal amount. We all had 1 quarter. Julian had 1 quarter, Andrew did, Mrs. Reed did, and so did Emma. So you can see that when we're talking about a whole, and it's cut into 4 equal parts, we could call any of those parts a quarter. If we're talking about this part, it's a quarter. If we're talking about this part, it's a quarter. This part is a quarter, and this part is a quarter. Okay? Because all these parts are the same size or the same value. Okay? And when we talk about breaking 100 into quarters, we're talking about each quarter being worth 25. Because 4 quarters, 4 25s, 1, 2, 3, 4, together equal 100, which is the same as $1.